You're such an asshole.
Asshole Consulting, how you kids doing? Hey asshole, I was pondering this question for a while, then it occurred to me I could seek your expert wisdom. Yes, I have wisdom. Since I became interested in girls, I love this. Was that yesterday or what? I like croquet. And girls, I find out. Yeah, there's this whole other group of humans that like us, but they're fun. No, they don't got that. No, they have other stuff. No, you should look into them. I have always been attracted to the smart science nerd band geek type. I would choose a smart, mediocre-looking woman over a dumb hot girl any day of the week and twice on Sunday. My current lady was a high school valedictorian. Being at advanced classes in high school, I was frequented around these types of intelligent women. I noticed early on, however, that the high IQ women seemed to be attracted to non-alpha type males. I can remember a group of girls describing this guy who everyone believed to be gay as the perfect husband. All right, let's stop right here. We'll go into more detail, but over here, way over here, off that way, 500 yards is Pluto. And over there is the sun, another 500 yards. That is how far away what women state they want versus what they really want. Okay? Women today, especially now today, so I was going to delve into it, might as well address it now. Women today are programmed to think that they want a subservient, compliant, pussy beta-ish of a male. And it's almost, I don't know if it would be an affront to gays or an insult to gays, but there are many masculine gay men who'd be like, dude, fuck that bullshit. They're pussies. And so I don't know if it necessarily would be gay, but you get the stereotype of we want this supplicant, compliant, pedestaling pussy of a man who just supports us in every way, but doesn't fuck them silly and make them come several times. Again, Pluto's over there, the sun's over there, and what women say they want, you can find on Pluto, and what women really want, you can find at the core of the sun. So that's the difference. That's the difference, and you could argue or make the case, and I'm guessing here, that if you like the nerdy, more intellectual type of women, I'm not questioning their IQs or their intelligence. I agree with you. There are smarter women, and you will run into them, valedictorian, of course. But they will also then be highly correlated with going to college and university. I mean, if you're the valedictorian, don't you get a scholarship? Isn't it guaranteed you get a scholarship? The point is, if you're the top scoring woman in your school, or you just happen to be top 5-10%, you're a truly intelligent woman, well, then you are likely going to go to college. And this is where they're going to get brainwashed in terms of what they should like. Not what they really like, but what they should like. And I think what you're finding here with very attractive women going out with pansified men is they are part of that's the environment, that's the result or the product of the environment that they've been in, namely college and academia, where they are told that, you know, their politics is the most important thing, and feminism and socialism is wonderfulness, and men should X, Y, and Z. And this is a frontier that I'm currently trying to solve in my own head right now, but I think I got it figured out. I got it licked. I don't know what that meant, but I'm kind of curious what the origins. I got it licked. It's like, why were you licking it? What's wrong with you? Shit, I forgot where I was going with that. The girls, the frontier I'm arguing with is the efficacy of brainwashing, which to me, a truly smart person, I'm kind of like, how can you fall for it? How do you think there's something for nothing? How do you believe that bullshit? But what shocks me and saddens me is even how intelligent people, male or female, really doesn't matter, still fall for the indoctrination and the bullshit. And since the highest concentration of indoctrination and propagandizing and brainwashing is in college, and as much as I don't like the fact that people are easily brainwashed and duped, you are going to have a disproportionate percentage of smart women, because smart women usually go off to college, getting indoctrinated with this, but they're not smart enough. I get they're not. One could even argue it's not necessarily intelligence. Maybe it's just the gene. Like, do you fall for bullshit? Because I've seen really intelligent people fall for bullshit, man. I've seen really intelligent people fall for bullshit, and a lot of very intelligent women. The majority of them, I have to say, sadly, because they're going to college, and not any college, even STEM and engineering, they swallow this feminist, Marxist, leftist bullshit whole. And that's why they want to go after the soy boys, because that's what they've been told. I wish it was more complicated than that, but I think they've been successfully duped into thinking they want the soy boy. But I'll continue reading on your thing here, but that's just me. Non-alpha type males, I remember a group of girls describing the guy who everyone believed to be gay as the perfect husband. Yeah, in their mind, the perfect husband in their mind. What Yahoo male told them to believe was the perfect husband. Not what they really, really want, which is a badass motherfucker who, like, you know, violates them. They come a million times, and then they're like, oh, I can't leave him. Oh my God, he's amazing. In college, it also seems that dumb frat mattress type girls were with the alpha male type dudes, while the cute smart girls dated effeminate dorks. I used to see these wimps struggling to understand basic things like how to change their own oil and being totally helpless when it came to assembling furniture using basic hand tools. Now that I'm out of college and working, I have noticed that the intelligent women my age that are married seem to be married to dorky beta males. Right, that's what they were told to marry. They drive hybrids and do dumb shit like play disc golf or whatever. What's wrong with disc golf? Come on, that's kind of fun. The single women my age seem to date total pussies. And I always follow the ones that turn out to be gay is not an uncommon statement. Well, here's another variable. How old are you? You're in your 20s. I mean, the gals don't have a lot. I mean, you may be working out and be an alpha male, but the average guy out there who's a millennial or a 20-something is not masculine at all. So a lot of this may just be that women don't have no other choice. I would consider myself an alpha male type. I grew up riding motorcycles, shooting guns, and driving old muscle cars. Awesome. I can rebuild engines, weld, and use machinery. That type of behavior seems completely inexcusable to the smart girls I have known. Why would that behavior be inexcusable? That's eminently practical. Very valuable skills for you to have. They seem to favor men that are wimpy, stable, predictable, and let them wear the pants. Oddly enough, these women seem frustrated in their marriage. There you go. Oddly enough, these women seem frustrated in their marriage and frequently annoyed at the pussy of a man. What? They're lying to themselves. Here, we got it. We got dialed in. Women are lying to themselves. They are told they want they want an entity that can inseminate them 2 or 3 times and then support them in their career. I mean, the guy might as well not be there. I mean, he might as well be a dildo with real live sperm in it. I mean, that's what they're told they want. And then they act on it because they've been fed all this bullshit. Then, surprise, surprise, they're not happy. The guy, you could give a woman a list. You know, here's your menu. Order anything off the menu. And women will order what they want off the menu. But it really isn't what they want. It's what they've been told they should want. And so they order what they've been told to order. It's not what they want. They want the steak with the eggs and the French silk pie with ice cream and jimmies and chocolate sauce on top. But they're ordering on, I want the asparagus and the Brussels sprouts today. And then they get their asparagus and the Brussels sprouts, like, oh, this is as good as I want. And then they get a little taste of the, the chocolate pie with the ice cream and the sprinkles. And oh my God, surprise, surprise, they really like that. I can't imagine why they like that. Because it's nature. I mean, in one major regard, and I do feel bad for all women in the Western world, because they have been so lied to and so propagandized to betray what they truly want in life. And now we're looking at like maybe coming up on 3 generations of women that have been told, you don't need no man, fish, bicycle. And you cannot discount the efficacy of trillions of dollars, multiple trillions of dollars, multiple full percentages of GDP spent every year on brainwashing and propagandizing American women into not being women, into, I don't need a man, they're the adversary. Again, I say at best we're the adversary, we're the competitors. At worst, we're people that need to have their dicks cut off and killed. And masculinity is toxic. I mean, that's what you're running into. I can almost guarantee it, dude, is the inordinate amount of resources that went into brainwashing and programming women into thinking that they don't need a man. And technically you don't, girls. You really don't. I agree. I guess you don't. I don't know what else you're going to do. Be kind of fun. Think, slot A and the whole D. I think there's maybe nature trying to tell you something. But let's just, okay, you don't need men. That's what you're running into. And that's where the disconnect or I wouldn't say hypocrisy. Well, I guess you could call it hypocrisy. Where they say, I want the beta boy, gay guy, that, and then they're not satisfied with them. Well, because they've been lied to their entire lives to want effeminate men. And then when they follow their orders that they were completely programmed and brainwashed to do, and they get the beta guy, then they're not happy. Surprise, surprise. Oh my God, really? And then they go fuck the other guy, who's an alpha. Then wow, really? And then they go eat the ice cream and the French silk pie with the jimmies on top. Jimmies is sprinkles for those of you not from the East Coast. Well, who knew? Who knew? So yeah, they're gonna, and you gotta feel bad for them because they've wasted their entire lives doing what they were brainwashed to do, not what they actually want to do. And so that's why you see a lot of these gals going out with, especially intellectual women, again, because they're in the environment of education. Again, not against it. Wish all you girls the best. Close the wage gap. Go major in STEM and engineering. Go and kick ass and take names. But we cannot deny that a huge amount of brainwashing and indoctrination takes place in colleges and universities. And that is going to have an effect on these women who, though intelligent, unfortunately, I don't know why, they fall for it. They believe it. So they go and they execute, and then they marry the beta boy, Tanner or Philippe or whatever a pansified guy's name is. But then, oh my God, then they bang, Lance or or Chad or Jamal. The guys on the Red Pill group, they came up with, what's the international names for Chads? So they come up like Raphael was Spanish, and who else? Thanos was Greek, and it was pretty cool. Jamal is obviously African, and who did they come up with? Japan. The Asian countries, I'm kind of wondering who they come up with that, but it was a pretty funny deal. In any case, that's why you get this disconnect. Now that I'm out of college, I would consider myself an alpha male. Grew up riding motorcycles, shooting guns. We talked about that. All I know is women seem more frustrated in the mirror and pussy of a man. I don't get it. Is there a certain IQ where women prefer a stable, wimpy dude? These women secretly long for an alpha male to sweep them off their feet. You got it there. That's what they do. If I had to guess, I mean, again, as I advance the frontier and try and figure out things that I don't have the answers to, there's a piece of me that wonders if women really even do like men. But I think functionally, in terms of an effective world, women they totally want the alpha male to sweep them off their feet. And what I see here is what women were yelled at and programmed and brainwashed to do versus what they genetically want to do. And again, feel bad for them. I absolutely do, because you get these gals that, Mr. John Shlomo comes in and he's got the perfect resume and he is the nice guy. And it's everything that they were told to want on a piece of paper, but there's no passion, there's no love, and he's not going to make her come 8 times in one sex session. But it is so sad and depressing how people can't get over brainwashing, how susceptible they are to it. But that's what's happening. Women are told to want effeminate men. Then they go and they seek them out. They date them. They don't let emotion or love or lust, which is fine by me. I'm pro-lust. They don't let that get in the way. And it's not what they really want, and that's why they end up with these beta soy millennial types, and then they're all pissed off, and that's why they all of a sudden, they'll cheat or they'll divorce their husband or whatever. That's what happens. Because women at the core, women like strong, masculine, alpha males. With your skills and all that, you should be able to get that. And they may put up a lot of front and a mouth about they don't like you, but not to sound too dark, you might have a career in banging married women. Just pointing it out. Not that I would know anything about it. But yeah, that's what it is. It's their indoctrination and brainwashing versus their nature and their genetics. As I would guess. I could be wrong. But that's why really intelligent women prefer the stable, boring guy, but aren't happy with him. I'd like to get Rollo's opinion on this. If you want to send Rollo this question, maybe he'll respond to you. So, all right, we'll see you guys later. Toodles.